Okay, everyone. Why is it not going to subscriptions? What the crap is this stuff? Oh, that's why. I'm on the wrong one. Alright. There. And music. What kind of music? Yeah, that'll work. And here we go. Okay. Alright. First things first. Check on food supplies. Okay, need meat. Need meat. I need fish, really, but same, we need meat. And this inventory. Get out the roly-poly twins. Behavior, enable following, and here, Lois. Come on. Come on. Turn. Turn. There you go. Here, disable following. You need food. Inventory. Get out your sister. Alright, come here, you. Honest. Following. Come on. Come on. Come on. Go this way. There you go. There. Alrighty. You guys got what? Yeah, you're gonna have to have 20 minutes there, right? And then go down here. How everybody doing today? Welcome to the stream. Need to replace meat. Huh. No! Damn it, it ran out of fertilizer. This one's getting close too. Okay. Inventory. Get out. Big Bucky. Behavior. Enable following. Behavior. Range lowest. Going this way. And over here. Disable following. You do not have food. Okay. Any fish left? No. I forgot to turn off following, didn't I? No, I didn't. Okay. Chuck the potatoes in there. Come over here. I need to get 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Over here. What is your preferred food anyway? Beaver. Casteroids. Preferred food. Ah, the superior killable. Or crops. Okay. I think I have superior kibble. Pretty sure I have superior kibble. None there, but do I have any? Wait, what was that? Superior kibble. That's what I need. Alright. I don't need all of it. Just need about half. There we go. Give that to you. Oh, wait. Go over here. Gotta remember to do this, because I gotta put fertilizer. One, two, three, other. That. There. Check the fertilizer in. Hey, look, it's Jonathan. Jonathan, yay! Cough, cough, hint, hint, nudge, nudge. No, you're not getting away. I need the fishies. You ain't getting it, Jonathan. Get away. Surprised there's any fish left. Where's Cringer at? There he is. Oh, you killed and ate something. I need a lot more fish. I also need to add in another food thing because I'm pretty sure I don't have enough. It doesn't cover the whole area. All right. Here. Chuck meat in. Over here. Chuck meat in. Over here. Chuck meat in. Here. Grab that. Chuck meat in. Grab that. Because, you know, we started putting a new roof on, but I ran out of space. I ran out of stuff. So yeah, I gotta do that. Okay. Okay. Let's go get some fish. Come here. What do you got? Alright. Gotta go clear the pool area. Make sure diving board's clear of stone. Trees that go back. Stone does too. Yeah. Build the stamina back up. More fish. And oh, all my prime fish meat. Waste. Alright, gotta put that in there. So I food. Just mowing the lawn. Doing the lawn here. Hey, Adonis. Oh, we killed the Triceratops. Alright, no worries. Do what you gotta do. I'm just kind of doing to me, this is gonna be a low, like not much going on stream, rather than me doing stuff on my ARK server. Well, I know what I forgot to do. Come on. Get me seriously pissed if my stream drops out. So... Oop, get a dino egg. Gotta put the fish. It's a fishy. Go for it, boys. Yeah, I knew you guys would like that. Let me move your tail. Yeah, that's about a minute. I got time. I eventually need to put my elevator in, like a proper elevator. Not for this building because it's only 3 stories. But we're gonna put an elevator in to the main building so that doing this isn't the fastest way down here for when I need to feed Miss Cooper. Because, yeah, there's no food left in Mrs. Cooper's.
What's poppin', mister?
I'm on my ARK.
Oh, that's fucking you streaming.
Yep.
Oh,
Why have you been drinking?
wait.
Jonathan's full grown.
I got off work. It was a depressing day. That's okay.
What happened?
And they're looking for a guy that does basically what I do full time. So I may not have a job soon. I don't know. So
Yeah,
I
but
got home and started drinking
yeah, but you
because
got
energy.
the apprenticeship, don't you? Possibly.
Oh, fuck knows, couldn't tell you. I don't know what's happening. They said maybe, maybe not. They're kind of looking for a guy full time to do something else, and that's
Hey,
fuck knows, couldn't tell you.
all you gotta do, don't like. Just because they're looking doesn't mean they'll find one. That's all I can tell
No,
you.
they've had a lot of people look into the job that I do, and it's not looking good.
Hey, you're in school. You'll move on to better things.
No, that was my first job for 2 years, and I really don't want to leave.
Yeah, but dude, it's your first job. Nobody ever
Listen,
keeps their first job.
I like my first job.
Yeah, I
I
liked
want
my
to keep
first
my
job
first
too.
job,
I liked my first job too, but nobody ever keeps their first job ever.
but I
Well,
want to keep my first
I
job.
mean, unless you go right out of college into work, and even then, that's that don't happen much anymore.
I'm
Most
playing Car Mechanic Simulator. I'm not perfectly sober,
hey,
but that's alright because I'm on a mission.
did you get a junker out of the junkyard?
No, I only had 2 drinks, but the first one was 13%, and I'll sculled that back. So that's probably a problem. I have $22,000. Fuck yeah. I'm getting messages. Who the fuck's messaging me? Oh, Mike's messaging. I'll be.
I don't want to. Like he's a good kid. Uh, what do you mean? Looks perfectly fine. Looks like the Ark. What you talking about, Dalton? Oh, because it's not properly centered. Give me a second. Uh, yeah, for some reason, it's deciding to. Thank you for saying something, Dalton. I did not notice. It did not stretch properly. You know what I'm saying? Because I was using a. There we go. Sorry about that. I didn't realize it was doing that. It was kind of off centering the character and everything. Because I'm seeing it like three separate ways. My brain was just not noticing. And I do hope the people that did show up for my reading thing today, my book thing today, enjoyed themselves, enjoyed my book. Uh, it is now live. You can buy it. You'll have to read it yourself. Unless you got a family member who'll read it out loud for you, or a loved one that'll, or a partner or whatever that'll read it out loud for you. You want to cuddle? All right. Boom, 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 boom. All right. Look, we got Jonathan. We'll run around with Jonathan for a sec. Look, it's Jonathan. Yeah. I streamed for like 2 hours 17 minutes for that. I read the first three chapters plus my prologue for the first book, and then I read one book out, one piece out of my original book, and that's where I ended. Cooked meat jerky. Do I have meat jerky or do I have prime meat jerky? Hope I have meat jerky. Let's cuddle. I just don't need to be in there. I did read for quite a while. Ended up doing about 2 hours. So your stream, what you were watching, may have unintentionally ended on you. That isn't unusual. I don't usually get circles down here no more. So yeah, you might want to go look at it, Adonis, because I talked like 2 hours 17 minutes, according to my listed video length time in my channel. Uh, yeah, I just saw that. Yeah, Teddy says he's got to get it, which I like. Yeah, I didn't leave my VC event. It kicked me, and I don't know why, Adonis. It kicked me mid, and I didn't notice right away. And there's no way to really. I didn't really have a way to stop. Yeah. Yeah, I think there wasn't enough people in it to keep it live, so it kicked. The call just dropped. I all of a sudden I was doing it 1 second, and then next it was done. And it was shortly after I was into reading, so I did not intentionally end it. It ended itself because there wasn't enough of us in there. So there is a certain amount of people it has to keep in there, or it'll just kill it. It's I don't know why. I gotta look into that because it's kind of bullshit. But if you want to hear the full thing, go to my YouTube channel, and it is all up on my YouTube channel because I stayed live in YouTube. I was able to stay live longer in YouTube. That was purely the Discord thing, not me. I did not end it because there was only a couple people there. It ended itself. I think it has an algorithm that lets determine Let me add to that comment. Yeah, Teddy. I'm not surprised. Although excuse me, Goose. I don't know if he has the time. I don't know if I could really. Uh, no, I was reading it live. That was not a recording. There was no recording going on. I was recording myself reading it, but it's that entire thing was live. I don't do voiceovers. I don't I had one friend offer to do the original book, and he kind of had life getting away, and he hasn't. I've asked him a couple of times, "Hey, did you still want to do it?" I can't have, but there's a problem. I can't just have a friend of mine do it. I have to get permission. For the first book, I have to get permission uh, to have somebody do it because I'm not the sole owner of the work. I'm the owner of the writing, but I'm not the owner of the entire piece. It's me and the other person who did the artwork. We're 50-50 on the book as far as that kind of decision goes. Because it's our work, not just my work. So an agreement was made that anything for that first book has to go through both of us. What was I going up here for? Oh, that's right. I was checking on these guys. I'm not going to do a full recording of that book. No, there's it takes a lot, and I don't have the patience to do it properly. I'm not a trained voiceover person. There are people that are better at it and who I would rather do it anyway, just because there's been an expressed interest in them doing it. Also, you kind of need money to do a proper voiceover. I also don't have a proper sound room or area to record. So if I'm gonna do it, if I'm gonna do an audiobook, I do it properly. I have friends who are in the audiovisual world who are much better set up than I am, and one expressed interest in doing one of my books and helping get the other one done if I needed it. And right now, I don't. The audiobook is not, you know, a priority. The actual book just being out is my priority. Stamina. You're gonna get shot to crap anyway by my plants, but I don't want to murder you. We're going on a trip. We are gonna go. I think it's this way. Actually, no, I'm wrong. I gotta go this way. We're gonna go get a big stock of fish. Gotta turn. Go up this way. The fact that I can walk past all those guys and just completely ignore them is hilarious to me. Because the Carnosaurus will not come after this guy. Ooh. That's what I really wanted. Ooh, another one. Come here. I gotta murder you. I'm sorry. Stupid monkey. It's not what I'm really out here to get, but it'll work. I need the stuff from them anyway. Come on, Triceratops, move out of the way. Oh, that's a rock. Okay, here's the mountain I was looking for. Boom, boom, boom. Rocks. Can I do anything with this? I think this is just aesthetic. It's not actual. It's a Tyranno's head. Here we go. That's what I want. This way, this way, this way, this way. Okay, so we gotta go upriver. Come here, fishy, fishy, fishy. Come here, piranha. I want to murder you. Watch this murder spree. Straight up murder spree. Mass murder. 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 I'm trying to remember how the lyrics go for the, there's a song by a parody rock group, like Metalopolis. Batman. And I'm trying to remember how it goes. I think it's their second or third song. And it's all about, like, killing, like, SpongeBob and shit. it's horrifically hilarious. This guy's so OP. Now, sure, I could hop into the ocean and go kill some sharks. But this is a lot less stressful. Kind of like hunting fish in a barrel. That, and I don't get to kill it. I really hate piranhas. And I don't get to kill that often. The fact that a piranha will attempt to... No clue what I just killed. Okay, I think we've got enough fish now, I think. Yeah. That's plenty of fish now. Yep. Alright. Back down, river. We'll kill any more we see. Oh, I missed one. See, they respawn so quick. It's kind of neat looking. Yeah, we don't need one. See, the biggest problem is that my little area that I took over, not little, but my area that I took over doesn't actually have any fish in it. I have to spawn them in. I have to do self-propagation of the fish. And I'm trying not to do that too much. And eventually when I open up my, open the gate, yank the gates that I put up, because I plan to fence in my entire area, I won't need the gated fencing to keep my pets from running off too far. I'll spawn a crap ton of fish in the lake. and call it a day. But I mean, I could easily. Like, I could come out here. And find a shark or two. Like, there's one. Here we go. We'll kill this guy. Hey, no, get back here. Back here. No. Back here, Mr. Megalodon. I'm killing you. Come here. One raw fish? What the crap? That's it? I got one raw fish out of that. That can't be right. There's another one. Give me another shark. That one over there? No, that's one of the pegula thingies. I swear I saw a shark. Is it over this way? There it is. Okay, wait. First, before I drown myself. Because I forgot. He won't drown. But I can't. Come back here. Gonna get you, Mr. Shark. Because one frickin'... Okay, there we go. That's better. 107. Because that frickin'... Oh, wait, we shouldn't... There we go. Should go down this way. I think it's this way, at least. destroying the coral. Coral! Hey, a manta. These things are annoying as piss. Ooh, I see shinies. That could mean pearls. Yep, we got pearls. Need the pearls to make electronics. But as you see, Barney doesn't breathe. So, he's great for underwater exploration. Where's my map? It bugs me that it keeps... There is a weird glitch where now, every time you log in and out, it completely clears your map. Like, it doesn't even show my other buildings that I've set up anymore. And it used to do that. We are not jumping off the edge of the map. It ain't that serious. Pearl diving! Just don't let you lose track of George. Not George, Barney. I wish I could come down here with George. Or Jorge. I eventually plan to build, like, I want to. There's a way to. Ooh, I think that's oil. No, that's not oil. That's dolphins. There's a way to build a base underwater where it has an air, not like it's air pressure, like you can walk through a force field that the sharks and stuff can't get through. It's kind of cool. You missed, butthead. There we go. Good hit, good hit. It's disappointing you only get like 25 stone from that. Coral. I'm also looking for like a little. You'd know it if you saw it. It's like it looks like bubbles coming up. They're not bubbles. It's actually oil. And oh, that's interesting. Don't stand on those. Okay. They're like trees. All right. Wait, does it give me the same stuff as trees? Fungal wood. Oh, I now know where to get fungal wood. I thought you got this in the swamps and shit. Oh. Biggest pain in the ass about fungal wood is it has a. Oh no, it doesn't. Okay, cool. I know where to get fungal wood now. Yes, sirree. Yes, sirree. Fungal wood is required for a couple of things. Okay, so let's give stone. All right. But now I know where to get fungal wood. Like, let's see here. I know I got something that you need fungal wood for. Okay, here. It's not fish nets. There we go. Fish baskets. You need fungal wood for them. And they're a great way to like catch and trap and to tame and transport them for fish. So they're great for fish catching. I can also make a shag rug. Oh, sweet. I can make the shag rug. We can start decorating a little better. Should really learn that. Oh, I do know how to make the ammo box. So we gotta make that when we get back. Okay. Let's get some more fungal wood. Oh, that's what I'm looking for. This here. I think this is straight out from my... Yeah, it's straight out from my spot. So this is perfect. And what's cool is those oil nodes will grow back too. Annoying jellyfish. I hate the jellyfish. That's right, go away. Come back here, Mr. Shark. I need to kill you. No, I'm not chasing you back down there. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I see the oil stuff coming up, but I'm gonna let it go. I've got plenty. I haven't absolutely done all that much in exploration of my waterway after. I know. Like, I know this leads directly to my place. Like right here. Oh, I can't. It's not a destructible. It's an indestructible. Like, come on, get your fat ass up the little hill. Oh, I see. The problem. Oh, Shiza. No, I don't want to be down here. Because I can't get back out. Crap. Don't fall in. Don't fall in. I think the fall would kill you. And I don't really want you to die, Barney. Okay, we've learned something. It's really farking deep over there. We also have one of those things where I can kill it and I can roll. I can roll up alongside of it and slice big pieces of meat off of it, effectively. It's actually kind of cool. Inventory. Why'd I take the gloves off? Okay, gotta remember. Stay out of the dark water. Oh, hello there. Dude, you're gonna have. I'm gonna have to kill you from a distance, I think. Can Barney get up this? That's the question. No, Barney cannot get up that. But that's why we put the big ass gate. And I come up over here. Inventory, sniper rifle. Okay, Barney, I gotta get down. Oh shit! Ignore me, ignore me, ignore me, ignore me, ignore me. That is a bad boy. That is a very bad boy. That is a problem. Yeah. That is a serious problem. That's an alpha raptor. That we don't F with unless absolutely have to. So we're gonna go back to the base. He's way over by that. He's out of my render distance. How much walking do you want to do, kid? I'll probably stay on Redline for as long as they'll have me. I specifically started playing uh, 5M to play on Redline. I had no other intention of joining another server. It was only I had to have some, I had to do some RP on a different server. So for like, I'm not kidding. I started playing 5M March 1st. I joined Redline uh, March second. When was the second Saturday of March? No, third Saturday of March, I think. Let me get a calendar up here. March 2023 calendar. I started playing 5M on the March 1st of 2023. I joined Redline on the 18th. So that'll tell you. 17 days after starting playing 5M, I joined Redline. 17 days. I had no other intention of playing on any other server. There are very few servers that are worthwhile, in my opinion. There's none I've seen from any. I mean, I hear Pixel, but I haven't seen. There's supposed to be a quote unquote serious RP, yet they got people running around with swords on their backs and crap. It's like, yeah, you're not serious enough. I mean, if you're gonna allow that, you're not serious. It's not a serious RP if you're allowing people to run around in the open with a sword, a katana strapped to your back, and nobody says shit, and it's okay. And there's a couple of characters like that in it's serious RP, but it's not serious RP. It's whatever it is. I've not watched much of it. I've seen screenshots and I've watched one thing, Pixel, and it just they while taking themselves too seriously expect expect serious gameplay and yet create ridiculous situations. While, yeah, it's you have to stay in character in Redline. They have ridiculous situations, and they don't expect people to just roll. You're expected to roll with it, but not. You can laugh it off. You can look at it and go, "Wow." Like, that's just, we had freaking, they had Superman and Iron Man and, OP Price and the Homelander. So how can you sit there and not laugh or get a little goofy? But from what I've seen of like Pixel, I think it's called Pixel. They got people running around with katanas on their back, acting like ninjas, and yet they get bent out of shape if you break RP. And hate to tell you this, in the real world, you wouldn't be doing what you're doing. So I don't know how you can expect me to take you seriously if you're running around like that. Honestly, it's just, come on, give it a break. There's gonna be some break in character. Some "are you effing kidding me" going on when you show up in town carrying katana on your back, and we're supposed to just go, "All right, works for me." No, I'm gonna be making smart ass comments. I'm gonna be, just laughing at it. Because in the real world, in a real situation, you don't do that. It's just, sure, the law of the United States has nothing about carrying a sword. There's no laws against it in most states. There is no laws. Let me repeat that. There are no laws against carrying a sword in the United States because it is considered an antiquated weapon and they don't bother with the laws. Now, if you hit somebody with it, it's considered assault with a deadly weapon. But you can legally run around in a town carrying a freaking sword. Yeah, I completely agree, Teddy. And I've seen like, oh, but yeah, like the other big service. I'm like, I don't care. I don't see the support. Like, I've only heard bad things about other servers. How they don't. Like, if you're a content creator and you're on another server and you don't toe the line, they'll boot you for ridiculous reasons. So now I have no interest in playing on anything else. If, say, one of the like, if down the road Atlanta decides to to leave or retire or whatever, and go on to do something else, and another and like they close Redline or whatever, that's different. Then I have no real choice. I have to either find someplace else to play or start my own. And as I've stated, my plan down the road is to start my own MMORPG. So, 5, 10 years from now, I may not have time for Redline. I may have to leave Redline because I'll be running, hopefully, be running my own server and my own publication company. Because I want to, I want to do stuff with my writing that where eventually I'll be offering the chance for fanfic people. Like I've had this issue with a couple of artists over the years who crap all over the fanfic community. And I ain't hey, I've crapped on the fanfic community myself, but only for the ridiculousness of some of the things that people write. Like, no, nope. That's just you. Nope, that's all you, buddy. Yeah, you wanna believe? That's yeah, okay. I won't read it, but I don't have the right to hate too much on it because hey, all writers, all of us, 100% of us start as fanfic writers. There's not a single writer in all of history, and that includes the cunt who sued a fan. And I use that word with the most venomous as I can. That she's great, a great kids book. I love rereading them. They're a good story. They don't take a lot of it, and they're very entertaining. But the woman's a cunt. She sued a fan for being a fan and for taking his love of her work and turned it into work of his own. And that's all of us. All writers do that. There's not a single writer in history who has not done that. That's how we get started in this stuff. And she sued him. Made it impossible for him to be published writer. He is untouchable. He is unclean now because because Frickin' J.K. Rowling sued him. And I'll say this now, and I'll put this out there. This is being recorded. If my writing ever inspires somebody to write their own stuff and it gets them a job, then I sue them because I claim they stole the intellectual property theft. Because without my writing, they wouldn't have gotten a job. Without stealing my writing, impinging on my IP, they never would have gotten a job. Fucking walk up to me in public on the street and punch me dead in the face. Because I am scum. All writers steal when they start. My writing is influenced by J.R.R. Tolkien, by Glenn Cook, who wrote the Black Company series. That was a huge book series for me when I was in my teens. Loved the Black Company series, a sword and sorcery series. But it was done it was about a mercenary group in a sword and sorcery world who were essentially having to deal with situations that they weren't really equipped for. And it was done as a chronicle by their analyst. I have mine's a chronicler. In Glenn Cook's series, he used the term analyst. And he wrote the annuals of the Black Company, the last free company of Katovar. And they were a mercenary group. And he wrote 9-10 books. And they're all great. I love the books because there's so much snark in them. So much self-deprecation in the towards himself as the voice of the author. And there's a lot of moralizing that isn't all right. I love his books, but I have to say that. But Jim Butcher, who writes the Dresden Files, spends a lot of what I consider to be unnecessary moralizing. He spends too much time picking his characters' motivations and feelings apart. There is I get it. He's supposed to, you're not supposed to just, drop somebody and not feel guilty about it, but you don't moralize about killing the villain. Once you've decided to kill a villain as a human being, once you've decided, and it's something that I got told by somebody who's been in the middle. Once you've decided to kill somebody, once you've decided to take them out of the equation, you dehumanize them. You stop considering them to be people. Whose son's book? Tolkien's book? Like Tolkien's kid? I've read Tolkien's son's versions of the stuff. The only one I've not where the son of the child wrote a book was Robert. Oh God damn it! Now I can't remember who. Dune. I can't remember who wrote Dune. Christ, my brain just kind of. Frank Herbert. I haven't read his kids' versions, where he does the prequel stuff. Jim Butcher's son. I didn't realize. You know what? I do remember he said he put out a book. I never got around to picking it up. So no, I have yet to read Jim Butcher's his son's book yet. Until he puts out 3 or 4, and there's more than just it's Jim Butcher's son on the cover. I'm not. Yeah, it's one of those it's it's almost, yeah, yeah. I might eventually go look at it, Teddy, but it's the whole, he's the son of the author, and there's a reason I won't read Frank Herbert's kids books. They're ride on daddy's coattail books, and I want to see like more come out from James Butcher than one book. Uh, you know, I haven't gotten around to, like, there's so many other things I want to put money into, and even though, yeah, it's from no, it's like usually like only between like $8 to $10 for a paperback. I just haven't gotten around to picking up, and I completely forgot he wrote one. I heard about it. I'm still waiting. I want the next Dresden Files book, and I think I might have not missed it, but I don't think there's a new Dresden Files. At least I don't think there. The last one that came out was in 2020. Yeah, the last one came out and it was Peace Talks and Battleground, and I'm still waiting on the next one. It's 3 years later. He has Jim has, like, I get it. He has other series he writes, but damn it, don't leave a book hanging. Other writers have done that, and they've had to have people come in to finish the series. They made a TV show based off of it. Oh, uh, Robert Jordan wrote the Wheel of Time series, and he started writing them in 1990, in not 1991. When did he write when did the Wheel of Time series start? I started reading Wheel of Time back, yeah, freshman year of high school. Not freshman year, but yeah, kind of the end of freshman year, sophomore year. My sophomore year of high school. The last book was published in 2013. 30, like almost 30 years of books. Actually, it was over 30 years of books, except that he didn't write the last two books. Last three, actually, were not written by him. Gathering Storm, Towers of Midnight, and The Memory of Light were not written by Robert Jordan because he frickin' died. And he was taking, at one point he started in 1990. January of 1990 was the first book he published. And then less than a year later, November of 1990, he came out with the second book. And then a year later, Dragon Reborn. A year later, Shadow Rising. A year later, Fire of Heaven. A year after that, Lord of Chaos. A year after that, or 2 years after that, actually. 2 years, Crown of Swords. Another 2 years, Path of Daggers. Another 2 years, Winter Heart. Then it jumped to 3 years. And then back to 2. And then 4 years. Because in between 2005 and 2009, when Brandon Sanderson took over writing the Wheel of Time series, he got sick and died. And it was not a young man when he started. I'm in my 40s, my late 40s, actually. I'm not the healthiest individual. I have health issues up the wazoo. I can't, like, it's one of the reasons I decided to just put out that first that first section of my first big novel, the my Dresden Files, essentially, because I don't know how long I'm gonna be around. I don't have the time to sit around and I don't have the time to find out. I have to put them out. I have to write them. Yeah, I would love to make money off of doing it, because making money off of doing it will give me more time to write them. All I want to do is write, and But between just being physically burned out and depressed because I don't know if anybody really likes it. Is it worth writing? Do I bother? Am I wasting my time? Do I keep going with this? Should I just give up? I beat myself up repeatedly because I don't know whether or not what I'm doing is worthwhile or any good. Because I didn't have much of a support system when it came to my writing. I had a couple of friends who were like, yeah, sure, no, it's okay. And then a few people go, dude, why aren't you already published? And my general answer is usually, I have no money. I don't have the funds to stop, to take my life, put it on hold, or take working and stop. I just don't. I mean, even now, I'm on full disability, and tomorrow I'm going out to work for 7 hours on a bicycle to hopefully keep my electric turned on. No worries, do what you gotta do, dude. I'm just blathering and bitching on about, my crappy life. Which, honestly, it's not crappy. It's not the greatest, but it's not crappy. Don't need that. Come over here. That's there. That there. I bitch a lot about my life. My life is not horrible, but it's not the greatest. There are things I wish were better. There were things I wish I'd done sooner. I wish I'd put my books out sooner. I wish I'd known that it was possible. I wish I had the confidence to put them out sooner. That's one of the things that Redline's kind of done for me is kind of Elite and those guys going, dude, just do it. Like, look, hey, we're successful and we're idiots. He said that on a couple occasions. He's like, I'm an idiot. Look what we do. We're not brain surgeons here. We're not spectacular. And they probably are if they took the time and effort. Actually, quite good at playing GTA 5. But the way they play in Redline, they go out of their way to basically be goobers. So, just them being who they are, give me the confidence to take, a shot. Change this one to weapons. Weapons. Because, let's see. And put that and that in. And now I'm going to go to the tools box because I got to change these. I got to empty this one because that's going to get full up eventually. Okay. Okay. And then come over here. What's in this one? That's gear skins. Okay, that's cool. Grab the tools out of this one. Grab the tools out of this one. That's alright. Alright, okay, so we got weapons here. I'm organizing, give me a second here. Weapon. Tool. Tool, weapon. Definitely weapon. Tool. Weapon. Out of space. Okay, gear skins, yank them. Change name to weapons. Okay, we're like ranged weapons. And we'll come back over here and yank all the bows. Slingshot, spear, yeah, it's half and half. We'll take it because the non-metal spear. Okay, so move that up there. Go back down the thing. Do I see any? Another weapon. Another weapon. I'm just trying to organize my crap. Okay, tools. Okay, we're going to call this one stone tools. Stone tools. Come on. X. Okay, so that is the durable. Okay, metal hatchet. Metal hatchet. Okay. Oop, that's got to go in the... That's got to go in the regular weapons here. Goes over there. And I forgot to put the ranged weapons over here. Okay, we'll start this out. These. But yeah, my publishing the way I have is purely to get my shit out there. Because I'm not getting healthier. I'm not getting better. I'm not declining as quickly as I was, say, a year ago, but my health is on the decline, not uptick. And that's partially because I'm stuck using healthcare that is the bare minimum because I'm on frickin' Medicaid and Medicare. And also because of my depression issues, I just honestly did not fucking care. I was done. I didn't care to take care of myself. And because of that, I have health issues that I probably wouldn't have if I'd had a better support system. It's one of the reasons why I had the whole thing is, hey, I don't care what time, what's going on in your life, what's going on, talk to one of us. It's one of the few, as I said, my staff and I don't care. Talk to somebody. No matter how bad you are, talk to somebody. You're not alone. And I wish I had, because when you're depressed or when you're constantly depressed, I have clinical depression. I should be on medication, and I just refuse to take it because it does not make me feel good. It does not help. I'm one of those people where medication is not the way to go for me. And I wish I had a better friend support system because my friends just stopped trying. They stopped trying. I kept trying to talk to them, and they gave up on me. They made fun of me. It's my longest running friend. Met him my first week in school, freshman year of high school. And I haven't talked to him in a decade because he was the type of friend who would make fun of me behind my back. And I was a bullied kid. I'm not gonna sit here and say, why me, why me. No, it's not. That's not what I'm talking about. If you're gonna make fun of me, and and he went through it with me. We were in the same high school. It's not like he didn't know I was a bullied kid. He saw it happen. He saw me eventually stand up for myself when I was, when it got to be, I'm just done. When I said I'm done, my senior year, I eventually just said I'm done. Yeah, you're not gonna bully me anymore. Give me a second. And it angered me so much that he'd have the gall, the disrespect. Because I can take a ribbing. I was picked on. I don't fucking, you pick on me, pick on me. Do it to my face, though. Don't be a fucking coward. That's a bully. And I hate bullies. I hate bullies. I become seriously, like, you want to see me turn evil? Fucking be a bully in front of me. And I'm not talking about, like, pressuring somebody into doing something, or, like, there's bullies and then there's bullies. Getting your buddies to go and, do something stupid. Well, yes, it's bullying. It could actually be considered a form of just, your friend wanting to spend time with you and, get you out of your shell. Getting somebody, hey, dude, come on, let's go out. Just let's go out. Let's get you out of the house. That's bullying, yeah. But it's not bullying. I'm talking like, like forcing somebody to do something that they are 100% not into at all. That's bullying. Give me that. Put that there. But yeah, the dipshit forgot how I reacted to bullies, and I found out that he was making fun of me using his smartphone. Because at the time, I did not own a modern smartphone. I had a cell phone because I couldn't afford a smartphone. Because at the time, you couldn't get pay per minute phones like you can now. You couldn't get, like, I had a tracked phone because that's what I could afford. Because companies like, most companies required a credit check. And my credit was shit. I didn't have $3,000 to spend on some damn freaking piece of tech. If I was spending $3,000 on something, it was a computer, not a smartphone. So he, because of his job, got a free smartphone every month, every year, not every month. And we had another friend who worked for an IT company. He also got a good phone every year. And they'd do text messaging back and forth through the phone. And he'd make fun of me while I was in the room. I'm like, dude, if you're going to make fun of me, have the balls to do it to my face. Longest friend of my life. Never had a better, he was my best friend. I would have killed for this guy. And he threw it away because he had to feel superior. Made fun of me every time I talked about my writing. Made fun of me every time I talked about, like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I can see why. It's a prestige thing. It's purely prestige. It's why Apple does so well. People have to feel superior. Best way to feel superior? Be able to outbuy somebody. And I am no innocent when it comes to that. I've done it. There was a time when I would drop hundreds of dollars on a stupid card game because my friends all played. I was late to playing because at the time I forget what I was paying for. I'd gotten something that I couldn't get the box sets when they first came out, and so I was late to the game like by a month. But when I did have the money to do it, I did I dropped over $300 on a box set, and this was in the '90s. $300 on cards in the '90s was a lot of money, and I essentially did pay to win. It was effectively pay to win because I did what they couldn't. I bought a lot of good cards, and then you want to go for a walk. Um, it was just they stopped playing the game because I could beat them because one, I learned the rules real well and would beat him. And but now this is the same friend. I had a couple of there was some warning signs that this was his personality. Like when we were in high school, he had a Super Nintendo. And I grew up in the boonies, so you spent a lot of time if you had a video game just playing the video game by yourself. So when your friends came over and you wanted to play, you ended up dominating them unless they also had the game. My parents didn't buy us a Super Nintendo or a Nintendo game. I never learned how to do the stuff with like Street Fighter. I never learned how to throw a fireball in Street Fighter. The only thing I could do is spam. I loved the guy who did the Indian martial. I can't remember his freaking name now. And his whole yoga fire, yoga punch thing. I learned how to spam the crap out of that. And that was the only thing I never played any of the other characters, or I played the one that's the big the monstrous one, the Brazilian guy who did the whole chain, the rolling and lightning strike. I learned how to do that. I could never learn any of the others. The controllers were completely alien to me. And he took delight, like physical joy, in it just pounding me into the ground on a game I didn't own and had never played before coming to his house. But he thought it was he thought it would be, he thought it was the greatest thing. He's like, "What? Can't you keep up?" I'm like, he said, "Hey, you want to play this game Street Fighter?" I'm like, "Okay." Never seen it before. Never seen it before. It wasn't. We didn't even have an arcade version of the game in our local mall. I'm like, sure, I'll play it. And can I play a couple? Can I play and learn the game? Sure. Let me do one round. One round against the computer. I didn't even get to fully understand how to play the game. He hops on and speeds to spend the next hour and a half kicking the living crap out of me. I'm like, dude, like, how about let me learn how to play the game? Like, how do the buttons work? I don't even, I'm used to an Atari controller. I'd never held a Nintendo controller before. I didn't even understand which buttons did what, or how to make a character move. And he it was a superiority thing for him. So yeah, I had early indications that because I was a kid, I ignored, and a good 2-3 decades later, I finally got done with it. I was like, and it was after. It was shortly after the movie Tokyo Drift came out for the fan. He had this whole thing where he considered himself to be more up on like movies and entertainment stuff. Like he was always in the know because he had a proper computer set up, and I had only just really got back into using a computer. Not even a computer. I was like doing social shit at all, other than playing, games. I didn't care about like I didn't spend all my time. I didn't give a shit about the stuff. I'd already stopped watching public television, so I didn't get commercials anymore. I didn't. And I commented that uh, what's his name? Vin Diesel was coming back for the third movie, Tokyo Drift. And he insisted that he wasn't. I'm like, no, dude, I'm pretty sure he's coming back. He did an interview. I saw the interview where he says he will be in the movie. And my buddy, who had a computer in his living room and a computer upstairs in his bedroom, went upstairs saying, I'll be right back. I need to go check on something. And proceeded to go upstairs and Google, or whatever at the time. I don't remember if it was Google. But he looked online to prove me wrong, to be superior. Now, yeah, everybody does that to your friends. Every friend wants to be smarter than their friend. And, especially when it comes to nerd groups, we always try to one-up each other. But at least admit when you're wrong. And he came downstairs, didn't say a thing to either me or the other person in the room. I go, so, was I right? And he goes, what are you talking about? Was I right? Is Vin Diesel going to be in the next Fast and the Furious movie, in the movie Tokyo Drift? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, dude, don't lie. Don't lie. We both know for a fact you just went upstairs onto your other computer to check and see if if you could call me out as a liar, or prove me wrong. And you're like, no, I didn't. I'm like, dude, so if I go upstairs right now into your room on your computer in your room, you're telling me that I won't see a search for the most recent Tokyo Drift movie and Vin Diesel? No, that computer upstairs doesn't work anymore. Really? Because you told me yesterday that you had to use that computer because your wife was on the downstairs computer and it annoyed you because all your saved tabs were on the downstairs computer. So what's going on? Just admit it. Just admit it. You went upstairs to prove me wrong. And he didn't want to talk about it because I was right. Vin Diesel was in Tokyo Drift. Now, he only did a cameo, but he was in the credits. But yeah, he pulled this whole, oh, no, that computer doesn't work. Really? Because yesterday, when I was talking to you, you were complaining that your wife was using the downstairs computer and you had to use the upstairs one, and all your porn tabs were saved on the downstairs computer since it was in a room that your daughter couldn't get to. And you're pissed that you couldn't, watch porn yesterday. So, what's the fucking truth, dude? Were you lying about your wife using your computer downstairs, or are you lying now? But just admit you're lying. And then the other friend, who I'm still friends with on Facebook, we don't talk very often, but we're still friends. He admitted that, by the way, he's been doing this thing through text messaging where he makes fun of you. And he's done this, he convinced me to do a drinking game now. So anytime you mention your writing. And this is when I first started. Now, you guys, Teddy, Adonis, you caught my first chapters. Some of it, at least. Was I wrong? Was it not good? because that's the book they were making fun of me about. I was so excited about writing that book that I couldn't shut up about it. And it's a psychological. I have attention. I have not attention. I have psychological disorder linked to autism. Where if I get really excited about something, I can't stop talking about it. I have to talk about it. I have to express myself about it. I have to get my thoughts out. And if you notice, I will literally go back to exactly where I stopped the sentence and start from that sentence. It's a tick. It's a compulsion. I have to get my thought out, or it will drive me nuts. I will spend hours in my head having conversations. I'm trying to find frickin' long grass. You know what? I'm gonna have to take out the Triceratops. Yeah, because I'm not getting any long grass seeds. And there, I'm a liar. Damn it. There's some right there. All right. See you later, Adonis. Am I still... Yeah, I'm still using the furnace down here. Don't need to, though. Did need that. I need to grab some fertilizer to add to the long grass, because apparently it uses a lot of fertilizer. What am I doing that for? I don't need to put that in there. Dumbass. Okay, how much gasoline do you have? Okay, you got plenty of gasoline. Let's go put the charcoal away. And the fiber. That's cool. Well, I hope to one day get there. Whether through my streaming or through my books. I'll say, I'm not going to stop streaming if my books do take off or I do get that MMO that I want to create up and running. It'll just be, you know, it may not be like as often or the same game very much anymore. And it might just be, you know, I might just do streaming of my game, which I would love to do. I mean, honestly, because in my world, in my game, one of the things I will be not begging have as one of my contract requirements for me selling my world as a game world to make an MMO with will require one. I am and will always be the head of story. I decide where the story goes in the server, with expansions and whatever. Two, I get to essentially be a god. Because there is a god in my world called, he's called Existence. And his whole shtick is he's existence. He's like, he's, you know, the entity that started it all. Which that'll be another book in itself, where where the story is the god Existence. How the best way to put it? Introducing himself to the world as an actual entity, where beforehand all the gods were already known. and existence was a hidden god. He didn't, bring himself out into the public. Oh, that's what I wanted to make. Shit, that's right. I wanted to put spikes. I gotta build. All right, that's why I was making the steel. My dumbass forgetting shit. I start projects and then get distracted. Okay, so we need to come over here, grab this, come over here, put this in here. Might have to go out with Jorge. Spikes. How many can I make? I need a lot of hide and a lot of fiber. No, that's not a bad amount. What am I short on? Probably hide. Okay, so grab the leather. And grab a thing of fiber. Well, that's what I got left of fiber. I gotta get some fiber, too. Boom, boom, boom. Spike. Oh, I can add more. Okay, 11 more. Cool. That might mean I would probably need metal. So, we're going to go get Jorge. We're going to do some stone and metal collection. Because he collects stone and metal as he goes. Jorge! Let's go, boy. He's real good at collecting metal. That's why I like using him. The hell did you just eat? So I've been swimming along and just chomping away. But yeah, like I said, with that Adventurers Digest, that series is going to be my world building series. Other than like the world I built for the Scomp testimonies. And like I said, if ever, I would love to see somebody take my stories, my world that I create for my 1930s urban fiction, and expand it. Bring in other characters. As long as it doesn't screw with my world history, you can do it. I don't. That's what we did as kids. That's what role players do. They take, any of us who played Forgotten Realms, Greyhawk, Dragonlance, Ravenloft. We took what was already written and we expanded it. We wrote our own stories, our own histories. It's how we learn to write. It's how we learn to be storytellers. And anybody who, shits on that, and that's what she did. I don't care. Nobody can, if I ever get big enough in the next however many years to where I get to do like a convention or something, and she and I have to and then they want me to sit a panel or something like that, like they do, and they ask me to sit with her, I'm leaving. I'm gonna refuse. And if they ask why, it's because if I don't, I'll punch her. Not just for her views on LGBTQ, but because she did a horrible thing to a writer. She made the kid untouchable because she claimed his fan fiction, which what he did is he wrote fan fiction. Kids some other kids. He was like a high schooler. Some other out of Canada, by the way. Some other kids saw his fan fiction, loved it. These kids happened to be children of a publisher and an editor. Told their parents, "Hey, look at this guy's like this kid's great. You got to read this, dad. Got to read this, mom. This guy's great. You got to sign him. Get him on board to write for you guys. He'd be great. Kids would love it. He's an excellent writer. He's better than J.K. Rowling. He did a better job telling a story about her world than she did." And that's what I think annoyed her the most, is that his fan fiction was received better than hers, because she took so long to get her stuff off the ground, and his was written at a better, like not an easier, but a more in like just a better quality of writing than her. She is not a good writer. If you ran her text through Word, there would be all kinds of flaws to her writing. Not like word tense and stuff, because like what do you do down here, buddy? Her editors catch that crap. If they don't, that's on the publishers. Like I'm talking like word tense and stuff. I'm talking like reading level, like what level, like what she wrote. Her books are written at a second to third grade level, and they're listed as being like not young adult books. Not they're listed as young adult books, but her writing is comprehension. Her writing comprehension level is that of a 10-year-old. My books, my reading the level of educate, like the reading comprehension level for my books is always 5th or 6th grade at minimum. So as long as you have a 5th or 6th grade reading level and take a little effort, you could understand my writing. Hers, you can be 8, 9 years old and understand her writing. Yet she sells in the young adult section. It's pushed as a young adult book, not a kid's book, and they're kids' books. Her reading comprehension is a kid's book level, so she's not a good writer really. Good story, very entertaining, but overall, not all that difficult to read. It's why it's entertaining and it keeps your attention, because it's really freaking easy to read. And the kid that she sued did her book, or not her books, her world, wrote in books in her universe that were better written, were more intellectually challenging and entertaining than her book, than her writing. He got offered a 3-book deal. He could not, and he didn't even write. His books were not even going to be in the same genre as hers. They weren't going to be young adult books. They're going to be straight up fiction books. He was a young adult writer, but he was not writing young adult fiction, because his writing comprehension for his level of writing would be considered like, because the minimum you need to be in science fiction is a 5th grade reading comprehension level. That's the minimum to be listed as a true science fiction book. It has to be 5th grade or better. And this kid was writing so much higher than that. His was 6th, 7th grade, and he was, and that's difficult in a fiction book. It's not an easy thing to do when it comes to fiction. because for something to be entertaining like that, you do have to dumb it down. Like I spend a lot of time dumbing down my tendency towards my writing because I had a bad habit early on in my writing to write at my reading comprehension level, which is like senior level college. You know, some of my stuff read like technical manuals, which don't sell for science fiction. So this kid got a writing contract, was about to publish his first book. J.K. Rowling found out, and because he's in Canada, and Canada still falls under the laws of England, she sued him for IP theft. Because without him stealing my writing, her argument was that he was earning money off of her ideas. Because he got offered the writing contract after the publishers read his fan fiction. So she sued a fan. She sued a fucking fan. I still so angry about that. You don't sue your fans. It's like how. It's not like she's hard up for money. She was like she'd already published the last Harry Potter novel. She was done. In her own words, I'm done. She was quote unquote retiring. She was going to stop writing. There were going to be no more books because she had made her money off the movies. The movies made her money. You know, she'd made her money off the movies. Richest woman in the world next to Oprah Winfrey. Same with Metallica. I can't stand them anymore either. I stopped listening to their music too. I got one album of theirs left, the Black Album. That's it. Every other, I've been never bothered since their whole bullshit of the drummer, and it's the drummer. It's the drummer. It's Leaf, whatever the frick his name is. He's the reason they became almost a laughing stock in music. Because he was all about, you're stealing from the artist. Dude, shut up and go sit in your gold toilet. Dude's one of the richest men in music, and he's bitching about us, like, kids downloading songs. Now, don't get me wrong. You should never download a song if you've got the money to buy it. You should never download, like, music that has not been released for at least 5 years. But I'm one of the generations that sat in a room listening to the radio for hours just to download one song. Not download, but tape one song off the radio. And have, like, I don't even know if I don't think I have them anymore, but, and have tapes with some dumbass DJ's voice on it because they were made to talk through the first 15 seconds of a song, so you could never get a clean version unless you were up at 3 in the morning, really late at night, because those DJs just didn't give a shit. They're 3 a.m. late night. They didn't care. But the daytime DJs, the DJs us kids listened to and who'd play the popular songs ad nauseum, you know, at least once every 2 hours, were made and instructed to talk over the intro to the song, so you could never get a clean version. So you either had to stay up really late yeah. I'll admit, I bought every album that the Counting Crows came out with, CD and tape. When they went from when CDs when they were tape, I bought them. When it was just tape, I bought his tape. When it was CDs, I moved to CDs. When it moved to digital, I just downloaded everything. I'd already bought it. I'm not buying it again. I'm not going to replace my albums again. I don't have that music anymore either, because even digital can fail. If the hard drive you have it saved to gets ruined or fails, I've replaced 2 hard drives and had to replace my music collection 3 times. 3 times. Thousands of hours, decades of music gone because of a power surge that killed a motherboard or killed a computer, destroyed the portable hard drive or whatever I was using to save the digital on. Burned my own CDs because it was just easier and more cost effective. Is that alive? Yep, it's alive. It's just stuck. We'll help it out. We're gonna help it out of the corner here. We're gonna help it out right into its gully. You frickin' jackass! I was helping your buddy. Why are you coming over here to try to kill me? But no. Yes. And then hop off for half a second. Enable smelting. Get back on. Yeah, that when he came out, when the bassist came out and crapped on everybody, I'm like, dude, you were sitting in your basement doing that with a tape recorder when you were a kid. Don't steal music. Don't tape stuff that you haven't paid for. Dude, you know for a fact that he was doing that. Every member of that band did that. They aren't so old that they didn't have tapes and tape recorders. They weren't my dad's generation. They were born in the I think most of them were born mid to late 60s. So they grew up in the 70s when kids, had started doing the tape recorder and the radio bit. They were teenagers in the late 70s and early 80s when they started. They weren't complaining about people recording their songs off the radio back in the day. So why was he bitching about people doing things? Because somebody stole songs off of their album, their brand new album that had not yet come out. That I have an issue with. But then you have so much freaking money. And he does. And they do have so much money. Do what, they did that. Eminem got pissed off because somebody stole the album and released it, right? So Eminem didn't say you're all scum for downloading it. He said, you guys, hey, by the way, you downloaded a unreleased version that we were still working on. Here's the real version, and then released it for free. Put it out on the internet for free for a limited time. And if you didn't get it when it was out for free, SOL, you got to go buy it now. Or wait for somebody else to put it on BitTorrent and get it yourself. Because that's what anybody did. They're never going to stop it. And they complain, well, we don't make enough money off our concerts. Well, you know what? That's on you. That shit was figured out, back in the 50s. With Nat King Cole and Nat King Cole. With what's the guy? What's the name of the damn blind piano player? And not Not Sammy. What was his damn name? There was a blues, like, well, not blues. He was gospel, blues, rock. But there was an artist who, in the 50s, who was not huge, but was coming up, who, and they did a movie about him. He was a blind piano player. He did rock blues music, gospel, kind of rock gospel blues. I mean, give me, because it's bugging the fuck out of me, and I know this guy's name. Ray Charles. Ray Charles fought for the right to own his music. And then in the 70s, you had rock bands that started fighting for more of the take at rock concerts. Because they were getting paid shit. Because companies owned their music, so they were only getting a percentage of the sales of the songs. So they were only making money if they toured. That's why there was so much more touring in the 70s and 80s as compared to now. Now they talk about it in the movie Almost Famous, where if they broke something at the concert venue or they didn't perform as long as they were supposed to, they would be charged by the venue. And it's not like the venue didn't have its money. They weren't giving refunds to the people showing up for the concerts. No, nobody got refunds back then. Unless and not even now. You can't get a freaking refund now. And we had a global pandemic, and you couldn't get a freaking refund for a concert. And and the venues are surprised nobody goes to like big concert venues are surprised nobody wants to go to rock concerts no more. And bands are starting to go back to playing in like local clubs and smaller venues like the Hard Rocks. Yeah, because in a Hard Rock cafe, I can spend $50 to go see a band, not $300 to sit so far back that I can't even I can't hear the music in time to their movements, because I'm listening to speakers that are hundreds of yards away. So the actual movements of the singer and guitarist and drummer are out of sync with their music. I have a friend who is a audio-visual guy. That's the one I was talking about to Adonis. If I wanted to do it, I'd hire him to do it and get him to do the because he has proper venues for it and shit. He's got proper equipment. He does concerts, and he talks about how, yeah, I sit in the soundboard halfway up, and you'll watch him sing, and you know, he goes, and these guys are singing live. These are not what do you call it? They're not doing lip syncing, and they're out of sync because you end up so far up in the bleachers. And people claim that, oh, they're lip syncing. Look, the music and the people aren't in sync. That's because the recording instruments that send information to the speakers, there's lag. There's going to be lag. Sound has you'll hear something there's video of a lion off in the distance, right? Roaring. Just repeatedly roaring. And it sounds like you're hearing an echo because the lion is so far off. It's a couple hundred yards off. So its roar is getting to you after it's already closed its mouth. It's the old adage, you'll hear it before you see it. We are hearing, as a species, humans rely on our ears first, our eyes second, touch third, smell third, touch fourth, taste last. If you wonder what we're tasting, we're seeing if what we just killed tastes good. Because if we can kill it and we can eat it and it tastes good, we're gonna eat it. That's the hierarchy. That's why people get mad. Well, just because it sounds like a woman doesn't mean it's a woman. Well, according to science, yeah, that's kind of what our brains do. If that's what if we hear if what we hear sounds female, we assume female until our eyes tell us different. If our eyes still say female, we're gonna call it a female. If it smells like a female, we're gonna still think it's female. If we touch it and it still feels female, we're gonna call it female or male or giraffe. It doesn't. It's smell, or it's hearing, sight, smell, touch, taste in that order. That's how humans operate. Because we can hear shit well before we can see it, and we can see shit well before we can smell it, and we can feel shit well before we can taste it. Which is why smell dominates taste. If it smells good, it generally we will, if it smells good, it tastes good. Is, way human brains work. If it smells horrible and looks horrible, you're going to have a hard, that's like the biggest reason like some people don't try certain foods. Because it looks like shit, it smells like shit, we're going to assume it's shit. We're gonna get that bird, but first we gotta get rid of this jackass. That's just basic human biology, like in how our brains work. I ain't even know that difficult to figure out. Okay, let's see if I can get this guy. Because he's kind of stuck in a rock. I need to put darts. Okay, darts are on the gun. Got the gun out. Load the ammo. Good, he's stuck in a rock and can't fly away. It's kind of cheating. But, I'll let him out of the rock. There we go. And now I just got to get to a point where I can break the rock without killing the... This is a tricky bit. There we go. Don't forget, does this guy get... Does it eat food? Yeah. I'd actually probably prefer kibble, but I don't have any on me. Let me check on Jorge. Make sure I ain't starving his ass. Yeah, I honestly, I don't care if somebody wants to state I'm a woman or I'm a man if they weren't biologically born that way or whatever. Uh, but don't if your voice and appearance don't match what you're claiming, don't get mad at me if I don't get it right. At least give me the benefit of the doubt and ask me to politely ask me to give you the proper, your preferred pronouns. It's the ones who just demand. Like, you see a person in a dress and you say ma'am, and I am a man. Like, okay, I'm sorry, you're wearing a dress and you have long hair and boobs. Sorry, I assumed female. That's very, well, you shouldn't assume stuff. And like, actually, that's generally what our brains do. I cannot stop the way my brain thinks. That is how our brains, that's just how our brains work. I'm very sorry. Yeah, how about like having a little bit of consideration for me and educate me? Don't demean me or get mad at me because I don't know you from Adam or Eve. God damn, I hate these flies. Okay. If you want to you want me to call you by a specific name, don't yell at me when I get it wrong. If I'm meeting you for the first freaking time in my life, those are the ones that bug me. Okay, great. You're a woman. Okay, fine. From now on, I will call you ma'am. But I did not know that, and I've never seen you before in my life. How was I supposed to know that? Those are the ones that bug me. It's the ones that get mad at you for not knowing upon sight. Well, sorry, dude. You got breasts, long hair, and you're wearing a dress. I'm sorry, dude. Yeah, we didn't. I have friends who are LGBTQ. I hung out in Rocky Horror Picture Show. I've worn stuff that if I didn't have a beard and really short hair, people would assume I was a chick. A flat-chested chick, but a chick. Sorry for using the term chick. But we didn't get bent out of shape if you got the gender wrong. It was just, oh, dude, sorry, ma'am? It's like, we didn't start screaming at you for assuming, or you assumed my gender. I'm sorry, you're right, I did, because you look like a woman. Dude looks like a lady. Such, all I can say is, dude looks like a lady. It's a great song. I don't care. Teddy remembers that song. Dude looks like a lady. Dana, Dana. Dude looks like a lady. They used to make fun of that in movies. Got like Macho Man. Yeah, I did. Macho Man, like guys go into a bar and they're like, I can pick up any girl in this bar. Guy, all right, what about her over there? Goes over, taps on the girl's shoulder to get her to turn around. He turn around, dude. And guy turns around. It's a guy with a beard, long hair. He's just got long hair. Misgendering people was something to laugh about. Kind of go, oh shit, sorry, man, I'm sorry. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. I should really not just, I should really make sure, it like taps on the person's shoulder. Hey, miss, dude, miss, and it's just a short guy with long hair. They do the bait and switch, thing. It used to be something to laugh about. Now we start riots. And it's tragic. We can't laugh at ourselves anymore. Nobody can laugh at themselves. What did I want? I wanted a Parasaur. I don't know. What am I going? I'm just going. And it's not really a rant. It's a whole thing. It's, you know, there's a lot of stuff in modern culture I just don't like. And the rant kind of started with something else, but it developed into this. And it was more a rant about like just the general stupidness of this last 20 years. Don't steal music from a generation that used to tape songs off the radio. Generation of artists, you know, suing upcoming artists because they sounds like me, he wrote like me. Dude, you sounded like somebody when you were coming up. You ain't nothing special. Baryonyx. Oh, I need that one too, but not really. Oh, I forgot about the rock drakes. I gotta find one of those. And a basilisk. And honestly, Burbot, it stemmed from an like, you know, a discussion of like where I want to go with my books and my book series eventually. I want to go where um I know they were actually kind of cool. Uh with my writing, eventually I want to be able to do what nobody ever did for me, which was, and what J.K. Rowling destroyed for some people. I want to walk into a fanfic site, go, hey, I'm such and such. I own and run, you know, Dark Thought Gaming, the publishing and gaming corporation. I publish the yearly, every 6 months, wherever I publish Adventurers Digest. I'm looking for stories. Here's the genre I'm looking for. Here's the stories I want, you know, here's a premise. Write a story in this genre under this premise. Send it to this email address. If we like it, we'll publish it and you'll get paid and you'll be a published writer now instead of just a fanfic writer. Because so many great writers are out there and they don't have, and they think that the only way they're ever going to get any recognition is in these fan you know, like servers, which is sad because the one time a fanfic got like international coverage, a fanfic writer got a fanfic writer got published or got a publishing contract at least. He never was able to get published. This is well back. This is back. This is right after she finished her last book. And J.K. Rowling sued because his fanfic was what got him the publishing right contract. And under UK law, which covers Canada, for IP theft, it was considered intellectual property theft. And this kid is now essentially blackballed and untouchable. He's unclean. J.K. Rowling sued him. He's unclean. He'll probably... No, J.K. Rowling, not the 50 Shades of Grey chick. 50 Shades of Grey chick, I have no clue what she did. I'm talking about the J.K. Rowling thing where she sued a 16-year-old kid because a fanfic site he was writing on a fanfic site. Somebody happened to see it who showed it to a publisher, an editor, got him a writing contract, but he lived in Canada, and Canada, even though they're not 100% ruled by England, still fall under English rule. They're not, they've only been quote unquote independent for 30 years. They still kiss English ass. Canada's laws are pretty much a duplicate of England's, and they fall under English IP and intellectual and other laws like copyright infringement laws. She sued him for copyright infringement. Yeah, 50 Shades of Grey was like, I think, yeah, she was a Twilight fanfic. She started writing as a Twilight fanfic writer. I think you're right on that. And she got a writing contract. The difference? J.K. Rowling sued the kid that was a fanfic writer of her stuff because he got a writing contract and got a 3-book deal, and his stuff was better. His story, his fanfic was better and more liked than her original works. I would love that for somebody if they took my writing and improved on it. I would love that. Because I'm not a money-grubbing number of other words. It's like people ask me, like I've been asked by like other players, dude, why does Grandpa tell people how to do the weed and do it good enough to get like the high? Like I've had like Teddy's asked me, Delo's asked me, Daryl, like other guys in the chats. Why are you telling them that? Don't tell them, man. You're gonna give all your secrets. I don't care. There's plenty to go around. Dude, I corner sell. I'm not like, I'm not making millions off this money or off this shit. I make enough for Grandpa to be happy, and that's it. It's such. Can't you get off that, boy? Oh, no, don't do that. Okay. I need this. We got us another grape juice. My last grape juice got eaten by a snake. And it shouldn't have been. That was bullshit. I still call bullshit on that. Damn thing should not have been able to get up on top of the building. Alright. But I would love to, for, a fan to get offered a writing contract. Are they taking away from me? No. Especially if they're doing it after I finished my books. J.K. Rowling had finished writing the Harry Potter series. She was done. She had stated, I'm retiring. I'm done writing. That was the last book. I will not, there will be no further adventures of Harry Potter. Yeah, I loved doing it. I hope people enjoyed it. I hope they liked what Teddy's already said he's gonna buy it when he gets the chance. It's only a $4 book. It's not like, I didn't try to make. I'm not trying to make a shit ton of money off of it. I get $2.30. That's it. Nope. Turn around. Get away. You move. You moron. Get out of the way. God damn it. Don't you see the freaking alpha T-Rex behind us? Get out of the way. Stop it. You're gonna get us killed, you stupid stego. Move. I'm not dealing with that asshat. I mean, if you liked it, I will be writing. You know, I'm going to be doing more. That was technically just the first part of the first book. It wasn't even the first. You know, that was the first part of the first book. Not even the whole. You know, there's a whole like 3 other cases for that year. But the way I'm going to publish them now, since I decided to go the like self-publishing and publishing in parts, I'm going to publish them where I'm going to try to get myself to start. Because the whole problem comes up, it's one, interest. It is any, are people going to like it? It's, no longer, because with my health and the issues I suffer from with my depressions, sometimes it's hard for me to realize that, yeah, it's worth doing it. You stupid gator. I'll eat you too. Get away. How the hell did you get there? By the way, stupid, I can hit you. That's right, beat yourself up on the spikes, you moron. How'd you get over the spikes anyway? I'm just gonna sit here and let you kill yourself on the spikes. How'd you get in there? The gate's not open, unless he came from the other side. Oh, he could have come down the hill. That's what I say. I gotta finish my fence around this thing. But as I said, every book that sells is $2 and is literally a order on Uber Eats that I don't have to go out and deliver. So I sell 100 copies. That's $237. That's a week's. That is 1 week of work for me. Because I usually do about $300 a week on Uber. If I was just going out to go to work my normal. I'm not trying to earn enough to pay off some bill or other. I usually do about $200 to $300. Enough to buy a little extra food and have some nice stuff once in a while, like Elites. Which one? I haven't checked that. Ooh, I gotta check to see where it's at. Who else is left? Oh, Market Palace put it up. Oh, cool. All I have to do is get Hoopla and Scribd. The jackasses here, it's supposed to be lot. Never mind. If they publish it, they publish it. That's all that matters, and then it'll be available in those areas. It says, and I'm going to check it against UPS's information. It's in is it Grand Rapids or Grand Prairie, Texas? My plushies from Elite are in Grand Rapids, Texas. And they've departed the shipping partner, USS Post. So hopefully it's going to OSM worldwide. So I'm hoping it hits New Orleans tomorrow, and I get it Saturday. I was hoping to get it tomorrow, but beggars and choosers. Yeah, I am I am by no means a person who will ever, as I said, I get to the point where this shit takes off with my writing or anything I do. Holy crap, that is a lot of gators. I have no clue. I have no clue. Verb. I have not gone on a date in a decade. I stopped dating. I just and it's mostly it's not just it's kind of choice, but it's also just I don't have the money. And in all honesty, I don't. For the longest time, I did not see. I did not think I had anything worthwhile to offer. Uh, it is a issue I've had all my life because while I am an incorrigible flirt, I've had I don't intend to, but I will flirt with pretty much any girl and occasionally a few guys depending on if they if I'm feeling stupid or they piss me off. I was telling I was saying to somebody the other night is like I used to do the whole effeminate voice real well, and there was a point in time where I learned that if you make your bully physically uncomfortable with hitting you, they don't hit you no more. I had an incident in my freshman year of college where I had a bully that, and not a bully, he was a bully, but he was not my bully because I didn't let him bully me. I had a kid. He was a kid to me. He was a freshman in high school when I was a senior. His older brother and I used to get into it. His brother was a bully and was one of my bullies. And my senior year, I stopped taking abuse from them, my bullies. I just stopped. I fought back, physically started fighting back regularly to the point where it was the first time my dad was like, why all of a sudden are we getting all kinds of like calls and letters from the school saying you're getting in fights? That's because I'm getting in fights. I've stopped allowing the bullies to push me around. And he's like, okay, cool, but you couldn't, why'd you wait till now kind of thing? I'm like, because before this, I didn't want to disappoint mom and get kicked out of school. Because that would, I didn't want to disappoint you guys. You guys said for years, sticks and stones may break your bones, but names will never hurt you. Well, names hurt. Not as much as sticks and stones, but these guys stopped using words years ago. I just took it. I took the hits. I took the abuse, the physical abuse. You guys just it never came to you. I had a couple of incidents where I almost got kicked out of school because of fighting back. I got in trouble for fighting back against my bullies. And so I stopped fighting back for a little while. Just let it happen. And the few times I got my own back, it stopped for a little while. But my mother used to tell me all the time, just let them get it out of their systems. They'll get bored with it. And I looked at my mother and I in my head I'm like, Mom, and I said this to her. I said, Mom, you know what? I think these guys spend their summers coming up with new ways to fucking torture me. Because every year, Mom, every year since kindergarten, these kids bully me and pick on me. I gave them I had a graduating class of less than 100 kids. So Mom, I don't think you're getting it. These guys aren't going to stop. They don't stop. Doesn't matter what is done to them. Doesn't matter what kind of trouble they get into. Most of them are on the football team, so they get the most they get is, oh my God, you got to run an extra lap. Fuck you, I got suspended. Because I fought back. I got suspended. Because I decided to stand up for myself. But he was a football player, so I was in the wrong. Oh my God, you hit him. Like, yeah, he pushed me down a flight of stairs. But you hit him. And now he can't play on Friday because you bruised one of his ribs, and he's got to wear this thing to cover his ribs, to keep him from getting hurt. Oh yeah, I was a small kid, 5'9", graduated high school. 5 foot, just like 5'9", 5'10". I went from 5'10", 5'9", 5'10" to 6'1" in under a year and a half when I was younger. What is up with? Really? Are you guys that much of a fat asses? You ain't that big yet. Here we go. Come on, girls. Follow daddy, mommy. Come on, follow daddy, mommy. Okay, turn around. Come on. Turn around. All right, stop, girls. Stop. All right. And they're both girls. So, yeah. I've checked. They're both female. They're twins. Barry and Barry. I gotta fix her name. Capital Berry. But yeah, no, I was a small kid, but I was also a black belt in martial arts and could defend myself. And when I did defend myself, I tended to break shit. I cracked a kid's ribs my sophomore year and got suspended for a week for fighting, even though he had slammed me against 3 lockers in view of 2 teachers. And all I did was punch him once to get him to let me go. And I cracked one of his ribs, and I got suspended for fighting. They didn't know me after I got to be 6'1". I was 5'9" until my through my senior year. Do you know when they found out I was 6'1"? When they ran into me in the mall 2 years after high school, and one of the kids who ran into me used to be my worst bully. He was now an inch shorter than me and 50 pounds lighter. And all of a sudden he's like, "Holy shit, dude, you got huge." Because I was doing physical labor I was doing retail work and physical lifting carry jobs. So I went from 5'9" scrawny kid to 6'1", 200 pounds, lifting and carrying, 100-pound weights all over the place for jobs. I put on weight and I put on muscle. And it was still flexible as hell because I was still teaching martial arts. Did that until my late 20s, until I seriously effed up my body on the bicycle accident. And I joked with the one bully, and I was serious. I can't say I was joking. I cannot say I was joking. I was dead serious. His name is Travis L. Smith. I went to high school with him I went to school with him from kindergarten through my senior year. Ran into him 2 years after high school. About 2 years after high school. And he's like, "Holy crap, man, you got huge. I'm glad you weren't this big in high school. We never would have picked on you." And I said, "Yeah, you know what? How about we go out back? I can clock out and we can settle our old bullshit right now. My boss won't mind because I'm the supervisor right now. I can clock out if you want. We can go settle our old crap right now." He's like, "Nah, man, nah, my wife would kick my ass." So former bullies became afraid of me. And I hate saying it, I enjoyed the shit out of that. Loved it. Ran into kids, and I am not a forgiving person. I don't care. I'm not. I will never be. I'm not joking. I said this. I have no remorse for saying it. I had a bully that the person was living scum. Found out he had cancer. And I asked, straight-faced, "Where do I donate to the cancer?" And the woman went, "Oh, he'll really appreciate you helping him out because He could really use your help. And she was saying he, meaning the person who had cancer. I said, no, 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 no. You're misunderstanding me. I want to donate to the cancer so the cancer wins. And everybody turned to look at me. And they're like, what? I go, yeah, I hope the cancer eats him alive. Scum should die. And like, how could you say that? Very easily. I opened my fucking mouth. I am not a forgiving person. He was scum. I don't know if the cancer got him. I hope it did. Because he was scum. He was a ghoul. He was the kind of person who joined EMTs just to go see the car wrecks. He showed up to a funeral where he was blatantly told, don't show up. You are not welcome. And all he wanted to do is go there and tell people about the accident he saw happen because he wanted to go on and on about how gory it was. He was a fucking ghoul. This girl, and it was a girl that I found out after she had died. It was our senior year. This girl, I'd known her since kindergarten. She was one of the best human beings I ever knew. She was one of the few girls in my class that treated me like a human being. Found out after her death my senior year that she was going to ask me out to prom. I did not go to my prom because I was never asked. And I asked a girl and she laughed in my face. And this is a girl I thought liked me. And what do I need? Oh, come on. 16 metal ingots. Oh, won't use you pig bitch. Those should count as more. Sky. But this girl was one of the best women I ever knew. Her name is Melanie Bergowski. She died my senior year, the beginning of my senior year of high school in a car accident that she should have never been in the car. The girl she was with should have never been driving. And come to find out that she had a crush on me and I had no clue. And this guy was an ambulance, the worst kind of ambulance chaser. He was an ambulance chaser who specifically, he joined EMTs so he could go see car wrecks and car accidents and not get chased off by the cops. He's a fucking ghoul. I don't care. Kid should die. I hope he did. And if you can't hear, dude, it's been 30 years since that. Actually, 30 and a half years, because it would have been like October of my senior year. So more than 6 months, 30 years and 6 months since that happened, and I still wish him dead. He's one of the worst human beings I ever knew in my life. But anyway, so back to the original point about like I was trying. When I went back to college when I was 21, I was a freshman with a kid who was a freshman when I was a senior. And his brother and I got into fights. And in our senior year, he got into such a bad fight with me that he could not finish out his school year in sports. He actually lost his scholarship for college because of a fight he and I had, because I broke his ribs. After he slammed me off of 2 lockers, I broke his ribs. And I got suspended, and he got a slap on the wrist. And his brother, because his brother's a a bully and a liar, claimed I started the fight, and the teachers didn't back me up because he was a football player, and in our school, football ruled. So here I am, like freaking 3 years later. I've completely forgotten this kid that I had to fight with. Because he wasn't the one who the one I just talked about before I wished he was dead. He was just another of my bullies. And I'd forgotten about him. I couldn't even remember, I can't even remember the kid's name anymore. But I forgot about this kid who I had gotten in a fight with, and I'd broken his ribs. And his brother was in my freshman year of college at the community college. And he was going to community college because he wanted to be a cop. He wanted to be a local yokel cop. He wanted to be a bully with a gun. Only reason for becoming a police officer, because he was one of those kids back in the 90s. They did this thing where if you were a bully in school, the cops would take you on a ride along to scare you straight, show you what real criminals were like and real bad kids were like. And what it really did was show a borderline kid, a kid who's possibly going to end up in jail for whatever, and show them that, hey, look, I can get paid to beat the crap out of people and abuse them and steal their shit. And then get to carry a gun and do it legally. So he was in school to get a associate's degree in criminal justice. I was back in school because I wanted to be a teacher and was taking a lot of writing courses and stuff. So I was traveling. Most of my class, I think there was two other guys in my class. Rest were all girls. And I hung out with the girls because why the hell not? By that time I found out, hey, some girls actually like nerdy guys. They grew out of the morons and the musclehead idiots, and they like the nerdier guys. So one day I'm walking to class, and he grabs me. He grabs me from behind, shoves me. I can't remember. He just shoved me and said, "Hey, why are you ignoring me? Don't you know who I am?" I'm like, I don't fucking care who you are. I just don't care who you are. You're nothing to me. You're just here. You don't. It's one of those, like, I don't give a shit who you are. Why did you shove me? Kind of things. Like, I don't know who you are. I don't care who you are. You are nothing to me. And he said, I'm so-and-so's brother. I'm like, okay, good for you. I couldn't remember who the hell that was and why it mattered. As well, you broke my brother's ribs and ruined his college career. I'm like, oh, him. Yeah, he was a dick. And he goes, I'm going to fucking kick your ass. And I literally went and I apologized for... I'm not going to apologize for what I'm about to say, but I'll apologize for the accent. I did this thing where, if anybody's familiar with martial arts, it's called a cat stance. I moved my left foot in front of me, turned my body so my shoulders were parallel, put my weight on my back leg. What I was doing was setting up to kick this kid dead in the face. I was at that point in time a first-degree black belt teaching martial arts to boxers going into kickboxing tournaments. This is that 1996 when that early era of MMA where it was still kickboxing. So we had boxers showing up to learn Taekwondo. So I learned how to fight guys like muscle-bound morons like that. Like this kid, like football player builds, overly muscled on the top and very little on the lower end. Because they don't put, leg day's a joke, that shit. So I was setting up to kick this kid either in the chest to push him back and away from me, or dead in the face. And I could have killed him easily if I kicked him. At the time, I could put 300 pounds of pressure, 300 pounds per square inch behind every kick. It only takes 100 pounds to crush. No, is it 100 pounds? How much does it weigh? How many psi does it take to break to crush to yeah, that's not gonna help. That doesn't help at all. Yeah, I know. But how much force does it take? Oh, about 400 pounds to break a sternum. So I would have severely damaged his sternum. I would have severely damaged his sternum, and probably if I'd hit him in the face, I would have killed him, because you hit with any kind of force underneath the bridge of the nose and up into the jaw, you can the trauma can kill. Anyway, so I basically moved my left leg forward, right leg back, all my balance on my back leg, foot on my right, my foot on my left foot. I was not putting any, like, there was no weight on my left foot. I was ready to snap it up and pound, like shoot this kid across the room, which I'd done numerous times at tournaments. Put my left hand on my hip, and with my right hand did the whole snap thing across my chest, like sassy snap. Anyway, after this kid, I'm gonna fucking kick your ass. I'm gonna beat the hell out of you. Yeah, you hurt my brother. I'm gonna kick your ass. I'm like, and I just turned and went, beat me, whip me, make me feel chip, baby. Come on, let's do it. Beat me. Come on, do it. Baby, come on. In front of my entire class, all girls, and his 3 bully boy bros behind him, his gym bros standing behind him, and him getting all huffed up and, trying to press up and getting his, swole chest out in front of him. And he's like, and his buddies are all like, come on, dude, do it. Kick his ass. Come on, do it. I still to this day love that shit. He was sitting there getting his buddies behind him, trying to push him forward to start fighting me. And after his buddies were doing that, I went with it. I'm like, yeah, come on, baby, let's go. And I put my hands in front of me and did the move forward, like, come hither motion. Come on, baby, let's go. Beat me, whip me, make me feel cheap. The girls, dead serious, just stood there. Eyes like, oh my god, what did he just say? It's that whole, what'd he say? Meme, that whole GIF meme, the what he say? Well before, man, this is 1996. I don't even think that movie had come out yet. And he's like, fuck you, you ain't worth it. And he turned and walked away. I turned back around, and I'm like, my heart's pounding. Like, my adrenaline's through the frickin' roof. I turn around, and his buddies are, like, leaning against the wall. One dude sat down. He's laughing so hard. Later on, one of the guys, I made friends with one of his bros. Made friends with me. because I made him laugh that hard. He peed himself. He had his dude yesterday, man. When you said that shit to him, oh my god, it was great. It was great. I laughed myself so bad, man. I pissed myself. I had to go home and change clothes before my next class. And the girls were like, "Oh my, you're not really gay, are you?" I'm like, "No, seriously, no. If you want, I'll take you home, and I'll prove I'm not gay. I just didn't want to get my ass beat." But then why did you? And like the girls were like, "Then why did you tell him to beat you up?" I said, "Did he beat me up?" Well, no. He walked away. Yeah, cause he's a homophobe. He's insecure in his sexuality. If he beats me and I've asked for it and I asked for it in the way I asked for it, it comes across as he is beating on me to get me off, which means he is getting off on beating me up. It's psychological warfare. I stopped him from wanting to kick my ass by begging him to kick my ass. It's basic psychology. It's you completely derail because nobody wants to get their ass kicked. Oh, somebody who could beat me? Anybody who does hand-to-hand grapple. Taekwondo is all legs and all legs. We have no a Taekwondo artist has no ground game. They call it, I guess, which is why kickboxing got like when the mid '90s kickboxing craze became MMA. The boxer Taekwondo, Thai boxing, kickboxing users, practitioners, they kind of faded away for that mixed martial arts stuff with the Krav Maga and the Brazilian Jiu Jitsu and all that ground and pound stuff. Now I can take a beating, but I wouldn't be able to give that beating back from the ground. I don't have the skill set for it. It's just not taught to us. We're taught in Taekwondo. You're taught if we're taught to knock you down with the first strike. And it's always our legs. We don't use our hands that much. There's all of like a total of 6 hand strikes in all of Taekwondo. No grapples. It's all blocks and setups for our legs. Now I can put you through a wall, and I still can put you through a wall because and even though I'm 20 years out of practice, I still have the power because I spend so much time bicycling. And my technique will be shit, but you do not want me to hit you with my legs. I went from 300 pounds per square inch at 17 years old, 18 years old, to being able to push 1,200 pounds with one leg. And I know that because I did rehab last year on my left leg where I have a bad knee, and I still was pushing 1,200 pounds with each leg. I used to break the pedals on bikes, bend them. I have to order from a company that I found years ago to get proper steel because there's like composite metals and shit. But I had to get proper like forged steel pedals that I have to order. Yeah, long range. I used to do shit like head hunting. Well, they call it head hunting. I called it like back your ass up. Where I would literally swing for your head with my legs, and I had I was fast. I've stated this before. When I was 17 years old, 16, 17 years old, I was approached by by Chuck Norris and a representative of his. They would the representative would come up and go, by the way, loved your last match. Mr. Norris would like to talk to you about joining his Taekwondo team because in 92, I think it was 91 or 92, Korea had gotten Seoul, Korea had gotten the Olympics, and they introduced Taekwondo as their sport that they're introducing to because every place that does the Olympics for the first time, like if they got it for the first time, they can introduce a new sport. So they introduced Taekwondo. So Chuck Norris and a couple of other people who were big martial artists in the 90s were going around recruiting teams, believing that they could get a team onto the into the Olympics. They get, it was just, good for them kind of thing. And Chuck Norris, he had 3 people from his original team make it to the Olympics because they thought they were getting teams into the Olympics. And it was actually done as a competition where you go in and it was elimination. They did an elimination competition, not the best team, but the best individuals from teams went on to the Olympics. Yeah, no, I am trained in Taekwondo. Kwando Chong is the style I learned. Yeah, he was all about like pushing Taekwondo into the Olympics. He was all about it in the 90s. For the first time the Olympics held the Taekwondo, he was there, like he was there for it. He loved it. It was because it's one of the styles. It's one of the martial arts forms he knew or knows. Okay, yeah, no, he's still alive, right? It's one of these styles he trained in. It was Taekwondo. So he was all for it. And he went around and recruited a team and certain members of his team. I met one later on about it was the end of the 90s. I was doing live action role playing games, and a kid that I was friends with at the library, he was going to his school in Trenton, New Jersey. And come to find out, the kid, to me, it was a kid, the person teaching the classes and owned the school was he was an Olympic athlete, former Olympic Taekwondo participant. He won. I think he got bronze in his like category, like because they had different weight classes and shit. I think he got bronze, and he was a former student of Chuck Norris. And I talked to him about it. Said, yeah, he didn't remember me because we weren't the same age. So I was in a younger age bracket, or no, was an older age bracket. Verb, only because it's important to me. That's how it's spelled. It's pronounced Thai, but it's Tay. Or Taekwondo or Taekwondo. It stands for foot punch art. Or the foot fist way. Cooked fish meat. Okay, cooked fish meat. I need fish. Give me fish. Give me fish. No, dude. If you don't know it, you don't know. I would never claim to know how to spell certain martial arts, styles. Like the word karate is easy. It's so much part of the American lexicon now, going back from the '60s. But I would never try to spell like a Chinese style of martial arts, or even try to spell the word jujitsu without looking it up first. Or a number of a number of the martial arts that have the untranslated words. Uh, because it's if you don't practice it, if you aren't familiar with it, you ain't gonna know it. You're just gonna misspell it. It's wrong if you as I said, I'm not being mean to respell it. I'm just doing it because it's important to me. Because it's the martial art I studied and spent. Oh God, started when I was 10, didn't stop until I was 28. 18 years of my life, 19 years technically, 19 years of my life studying. Prime fish meat? What the crap? Okay, you're easier to deal with. Medjo berries. Do I have any in the bin up here? Miss Berry, if I didn't know for a fact that there is a frickin' fish, now I gotta go out and think. I don't like doing this, because these things will actually try to eat you. Here, this is why I think that big ass fish that we came across is kind of cool. Watch what I get to do. Okay, wait. First, we change into our. That's the wrong letter. Change into this. Going to get our swimming gear on. Trying to be in a minute. Uh-oh. I think I misjumped. Oh, no. Goody. Ho, ho, ho. You never cliff dive that close. Where am I going? I'm going the wrong way. I gotta go this way. Okay. But yeah, I told Chuck Norris's people and like him, I'm sorry, not him, kind of him directly, but not him directly. And he was standing there, but I didn't get to speak to him directly. But he did hear me say this, and I feel like an idiot now. I'm sorry, but I actually plan to go to college after high school because what I understood about going to the Olympics was that you basically gave up any kind of like possibility of having any kind of life because the amount of training that you have to do. You don't just it's not a matter of just I decided to go, I'm going to go. You actually put your life becomes training for the Olympics. And I wanted to go to college. I didn't. It got screwed up, and I kind of had to do other things. Watch this, guys. Watch this. This is cool. Run away! Can I tame this big boy? I want to tame this thing. Because it's basically free food. I gotta get back. My food's running low. So's my energy. Manta rays. Oh, dude, what time is it? Oh, Jesus, I should be getting to bed soon, too. I gotta go to work tomorrow. Right, we'll get our ass back out of the water and upstairs to feed, because I gotta cook some of this food first. Yeah, because you end up... Oh, that's not prime meat. What the crap? That's not prime. It's just regular fish meat. That sucks. I got prime meat last time. Right, I gotta get up out of the water so I can eat something. I gotta get prime meat off of it. Either that or I gotta kill a friggin' shark. And hope I can get prime meat off of that. The hell? Uh-oh, that did it. Swim away, swim away, swim away, swim away, get away, get away. Ouchie. I don't think it's gonna stop. I don't think it can get me up here. Ah, crap. I pissed it off. I'm a little annoyed I got regular fish, not prime fish. Later, man. I actually am going to end it here because I have a reason to keep going with this one. And I really should be getting to bed. Pretty sure. Did I put it in the... I might have put it in the cooked meat. No, I did not. Okay. Well, I'll have to deal with that later. You guys have a good night. It's been fun. As always, I hope you enjoyed the stream. Let's see if there's anybody live. Pretty much the only one live, I think. Yep, I'm the only person live, so that's going to be it for everybody. You guys have a good one. Thanks for joining. Thanks for staying. Have a good